Hi, and welcome to my studio. Understanding the human head is a challenge that artists throughout history struggled with. It is not only about understanding the proportions and how to draw the face, it is also about understanding the emotion behind it, the anatomy and the structure of it. Why some areas of it are darker or lighter than others, how the muscles influence the emotion of the person. This is all before we even start to paint it with colors. Let's understand how to draw the human head and face. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and liking this video. And if you have any questions, please write them in the comments below. I want to start from the basics and talk about the proportions of the face. Well, the human face is divided into 4 main parts. The first 3 are from the hairline to the eyebrows to the base of the nose, and the base of the nose to the bottom of the chin. The 4th part is the width of the face. The width of the face is from the zygomatic bone to the ear, and that is equal to the distance that goes from the eyebrows to the chin. If you work with these measurements as a start to any drawing of the human face, provided that the head is not tilted up or down, then you can quickly set the proportion of the head correctly for any face. Of course, since every head is different, then you might need to do some minor adjustments later on, but these will be minor adjustments and nothing more. Let's look at some anatomical areas that will help us draw the features of the face. You do not have to remember the Latin names of these anatomical parts, but remember and use their location and how they can help you with drawing the features of the face. We will start with the glabella. The glabella is a really important area in the human face. It helps us locate the width of the nose, the inner start of the eyes, and it describes the bridge of the nose. Later in this video, we will see how we use it when we draw the face. Next is the zygomatic arch. The zygomatic arch describes the change in plane for the left and right side of the face. It is one of the areas that helps us describe the 3-dimensionality of the head. Next is the zygomatic bone. The zygomatic bone is the hard area in the cheek that you can all feel on the upper part of your face. Next is the philtrum. The philtrum is the area that starts under the base of the nose and ends at the top of the lips. It actually looks like a chopped off conus cut in half. Next is the mental protuberance. The mental protuberance is an area under the lips and at the bottom of the chin. These are the 5 main anatomical parts that will help you place the features correctly on every face. Now let's see how. Okay, we'll see 2 examples. As you can see, I'm measuring, just as we spoke before, 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3 from the hairline to the eyebrows, eyebrows to the nose, nose to the bottom of the chin. I find the angle of the face with the middle line, and then I measure the width of the face and then confirm it on the side and mark it, and then continue from there. The process is very simple and has nothing to do with the angle of the face, as long as the head is not tilted down or up. After I build the envelope of the face, I mark the glabella, and this helps me assign the width of the nose, as you can see, and the points of the eyes that comes exactly at the angle from the glabella and upwards. I mark the zygomatic bone. And I mark the philtrum. And the philtrum helps me, of course, design the mouth. As you can see, I took the measurements of the eyes from the glabella. And this is the end result. This was an oil painting. You can find a full tutorial of this painting on my YouTube channel. You can click above if you like. And we can see in the second example the same principles of work. I'm deciding on the size of the head and drawing the angle of the face. Building the proportions as we discussed before. There's nothing new about this. I'm finding the nose and marking the glabella and working in the same exact principles as we discussed. With these principles we can place any head, any face in these proportions. At that stage there is no relevance to who the person is. We can decide on that later on. We're building the eyes and the zygomatic arch in the same principles, marking the glabella, deciding on the width of the head. In that case, she has a head cover, so it's a bit different. And I'm building the eyes with the exact proportions from the glabella down. Marking the nose. You can see that when you work with these principles, it's much easier to decide, even without deciding on the person itself that you are drawing. I'm marking the philtrum and building the mouth accordingly. The zygomatic bone and the mental protuberance, exactly as we discussed earlier. So the principles are the same. It doesn't matter the person that we're drawing. We can build the identity of the person a bit later, but in the first stages this is enough for us. In this case you can see that we come into this later stage of that same drawing. And we are marking the areas and building the volume accordingly with the same exact principle of proportions and anatomical guidelines that we have seen before. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.